Hey, quick question. What's the longest you've gone without Wi-Fi? A subway ride? Maybe a weekend in the woods? Cool. Now imagine it's forever. Let's talk about what happens when the internet just disappears. At 2:03 a.m. it starts. Text messages don't go through. Social media apps won't load. By 2:06, bank systems begin timing out. At 2:10, air traffic controllers lose satellite sync. The internet, globally and entirely, has gone dark. No warning, just static silence. If this sounds like sci-fi, it's not as far-fetched as it seems. Our global internet relies heavily on undersea cables, more than 1.3 million kilometres of it. One major solar storm, a cascade of cyber sabotage, or even an internal DNS misconfiguration on the scale of the 2021 Fastly outage could take out vast swaths of connectivity. Unlike power grids, there's no centralised emergency switchboard for the internet. It's more like a spider's web, and once enough strands snap, the rest folds in with it. When experts game out these scenarios, they look eerie. GPS failure, supply chains halting mid-route, hospitals suddenly offline, and even nuclear command and control systems defaulting to older, slower analog failsafes, if those even still worked. We treat the internet like air, always there, always free. But it's more fragile than most of us realise. The architecture of the internet depends on three things: data centres, undersea cables, and routing protocols. Data centres, those massive, humming bunkers full of servers, run everything from Netflix to government portals, but most are guarded by nothing more than fences and firewalls. Then you've got undersea cables. Over 95% of international data moves through them. These are just thick wires, laid literal decades ago, deep below oceans. Damaging them isn't some Bond villain plot, it's happened before. In 2008, an undersea cable cut in the Mediterranean took 60% of Egypt offline. And finally, BGP, the Border Gateway Protocol. It's not exactly secure. A misconfiguration or hijack can reroute global traffic into a black hole. It's happened in 2010, 2017 and 2021. So yeah, this whole thing we rely on, held together by zip ties, duct tape and a lot of trust. Now weirdly enough, if the internet disappeared, some things might actually get better. Within hours, cortisol levels could drop in chronic doom scrollers. Dopamine regulation might stabilise in teenagers, no longer stuck in TikTok loops. Studies show internet overuse correlates with poor sleep, anxiety, and even reduced empathy. In one 2014 experiment, participants who went 7 days without devices experienced improved memory, recall and deeper sleep cycles. Loneliness is often blamed on social media-induced comparison spirals. Cut that out, and people start making eye contact again. Businesses might shift focus back to their communities. In urban areas, we'd likely see more people in parks, coffee shops, and talking in line, like it's 1992 again. It wouldn't last, but those first few weeks might feel weirdly peaceful. A quiet we forgot was possible. But make no mistake, that peace is temporary. Within days, gas stations stop accepting cards. Hospitals can't access digital records. GPS fails and food supply chains grind to a halt. Grocery stores depend on online logistics for inventory tracking. Traffic lights in smart cities go out of sync. Factories lay off thousands. And that's just the infrastructure. Financial markets vanish. Emergency alert systems go down. Arguments erupt over what's real and what isn't. Because without the internet, we lose the feedback loop we use to confirm truth. Some sociologists call this reality vertigo, a sense of destabilisation when there's no digital scaffolding to lean on. And all those people who put everything, money, voice, identity, online, they vanish with it. There's a quiet tension here. How much of us is tied to a network we don't control? And who gets to reboot it? If anyone. So why are we so obsessed with the digital? Turns out humans are wired for connection, and the internet just supercharged that instinct. But that's also what makes losing it so psychologically devastating. Studies on internet deprivation show symptoms similar to nicotine withdrawal, irritability, phantom vibration syndrome, and severe anxiety. The brain rewires itself based on habits, and for millions, that means a constant dopamine drip of likes, notifications, scrolling. Without it, we feel unmoored. There's also cultural dependency. We count on Google for facts, GPS for direction, Reddit for advice, and even strangers' likes to confirm our sense of worth. A full outage could trigger what behavioural psychologists call a collective identity crisis. Who are we without our online presence? If the virtual mirror goes dark, do we vanish with it, or do we finally start seeing what's left behind? Thanks for being here tonight. If the internet ever really disappears, at least we went down exploring the unknown together, right? Hit like, tap that subscribe button. New videos every weeknight. That was your dose of the unknown. See you in the next file. Subscribe for more of the unknown.